Hello. So I've been ranking movies a lot recently, haven't I? My last video was ranking all the Spider-Man movies, and now I'm gonna rank all the Pokemon movies. Yeah, I haven't. A lot of them I've only seen once, so I'm kind of doing this off of memory, really. A few of them I've seen multiple times though, so I can definitely tell you word for word what the plot is. But I'm not gonna do that because we don't really have a lot of time for that. But yeah, I just thought ranking all the Pokemon movies would be fun. And like last time, I actually found this tier list, so I don't have to cover it this time because it's not in order of my favorite to least favorite. Well, you know what I mean. Well, let's get right into it. I feel like this is an easy D tier, really. Like, what am I supposed to say? Like, really, what am I even supposed to say? This is one of the worst pieces of shit I have ever watched in my entire life. Like, this movie is worse than every episode of the black and white anime. That's how bad it is, right? So. Yeah, this was the easiest D tier ever on like any of my ranking videos. And you wanna know what the worst part is? I have this on DVD, like, and I really don't want it. I'm not gonna get rid of it. Obviously, I might as well keep it, but still, it's there in my closet. So yeah. But anyway, next we have Mewtwo Strikes Back Evolution. Okay, I like the idea of this one, but the execution was not great. I'm just gonna say, like. I don't want to spoil the list, but, you know, the first Pokemon movie is generally one of my favorite films ever. Like, it's really good, but the remake, not that great. Like, I understand why you made it CGI, but it looks bad. It really does. The humans look terrible. The Pokemon look good. The Pokemon look amazing in the 3D, like it's saying, but the humans look terrible. Like, Brock looks so stupid. I'm sorry, but he does. Like, Brock looks the worst in this out of all the humans. Like, I kind of got used to Ash and Misty's look, but Brock just is terrible. And also, they literally changed every single line of dialogue in the movie for some reason. Like, it's basically the same plot, but literally every piece of dialogue is different, including two of the best quotes to ever be in cinema. Which, what the hell, Pokemon? You know, if you've seen the movie, you know exactly what quotes I'm talking about. But I will talk about those later. Next we have the Volcanion movie. This is one of the ones I've only seen once, so, I mean, I've only seen the other two once as well. But, yeah, this one, like, Ash kind of dresses like a knight, and he's, like, magnetized to Volcanion because of this bend that he's wearing or something, and then, if I remember correctly, Volcanion's trying to save Magearna, because this is the movie that Magearna debuted in, because Magearna was the first Gen 7 Pokemon ever revealed, and, like, that's what they used to do back in the day. They revealed the new generation through the last movie of the previous generation, but yeah, this one's not that memorable to me, you know. There's one scene I like, and I don't know why. It's the scene at the end when Team Rocket just, like, because Team Rocket, they do not have big roles in the movies, and it makes me sad, but if I remember correctly, they helped with this battle with, like, these trainers. I had, like, a Mega Gengar and a Mega Gardevoir, shiny ones as well, and then, you know, Zygarde became 100% form, which doesn't make sense if you go by the anime, which is why this movie's not canon, but anyway, Team Rocket helped with the fight, and then at the end, they kind of just smile and walk away. Like, they don't try and steal Pikachu, they just smile at Ash and walk away. And I don't know why, I just really like that scene a lot. And that's the last time we ever saw, like, the sort of canon to the anime and the movies, because after that, all the movies were definitely not canon. This one is debatable canon, but, you know, yeah. Did I really rank this one that low? Okay. Next we have I Choose You. This is a remake of the first episode, because this was to celebrate the anime's 20th anniversary, so yeah. It's a fine movie, but it's not as good as the first original episode, and also Ash doesn't catch any Pokemon. He only catches his Butterfree and his Charizard, and he literally lets his Butterfree go again. And why are Brock and Misty not in this movie? Like, really? And Team Rocket have no purpose either, because, like, why are they even there? You know, like, it's kind of implied that Ash never even met Team Rocket and has no idea who they are, yet they're still following him. So it's like, why are they even there, you know? I don't know. This, like, I like the fact that Ho-Oh actually has an actual role in this movie, because it never had a role in the anime up until this point, aside from the cameos it's made. So that was nice, but aside from that, this movie was just not that special to me. Gee, I really do not like the X and Y movies, huh? Because next is Diancie and the Cocoon of Destruction. I do like Diancie's arc and how it wants to make pink diamonds, but it can't. And I like the bonding of Ash and Co, but, like, yeah, this movie's not that memorable to me, and I've seen this one a few times as well. The first one on this list I've seen a few times, so yeah, there you go. I don't really remember much about it, but I remember I liked Diancie, and I liked the fact it was like the princess of all the carving. I like Xerneas and Yveltal's, you know, um, involvement in the movie. That is how they pronounce it in the movie, and usually I just go by the anime's pronunciations for Pokemon. So I call it Yveltal. Do not judge me. So yeah, I don't know if I'll ever watch this one again, but it was alright. So I can't really rank it any higher. But now we are going into B rank, and I'm gonna put Pokemon Heroes there. So I have a fun memory with this movie. um, I watched it as a kid, and my mum was watching it with me, and she got annoyed at Latios and Latias's cries. So I've seen this one twice, and yeah, I like it came out the year I was born actually, so I have a nostalgic attachment to it. So I just find it really hilarious though that I have that memory with this movie. And my mom didn't even know it was a movie; she thought it was just a regular episode. So when it was over 20 minutes, it got even worse. So yeah, I can't really rank it any higher because the other movies I like better, but it ranks in B tier at least because of that memory I have. But anyway, now we have Pokemon Forever. Arguably, this is the first movie in the whole series that isn't canon, kinda, but yeah. And the reason I only ranked it this highly is because of the reason this movie even exists in the first place, because it's actually really annoying if you know the behind the scenes. So, if you've been a Pokemon fan since the 90s, or you're like me and you research on stuff, you will know that Celebi was meant to have an arc in the anime, which was scrapped for this movie instead. And now that whole arc in the anime is one of the most pointless things they've ever done. Yay! So yeah, this movie annoys me for that reason. I think I have this on DVD as well somewhere. I might. And the movie itself's fine. I like how Professor Oak is a kid in it because he's time traveled to the future. I like Suicune. I like the villain because he turns Pokemon evil with his Pokeballs. And Celebi's monster that it creates is really, like, poorly aged CGI, so yeah. And the scene when Celebi dies at the end, spoilers, is really sad, so yeah. But because of the reason this movie exists, I just can't rank it any higher. Next we have the Ranger movie. Look, I like this one because Manaphy's adorable. Like, Manaphy is so cute. This is the first movie that the current cast was part of, so that's cool. But yeah, I enjoyed this movie. I like that Manaphy has the power to swap people's bodies, because that's always a fun, like, what's it called, plot line. And Team Rocket were actually quite funny in this one as well, because they kept making references about how this was the last Ruby and Sapphire movie. There's a scene when, like, they're looking for treasure, and James says diamonds and pearls, and then Meowth says, let's get through this season first. So, yeah, that was really funny. And then, obviously May is, Manaphy's surrogate mother, and that was cute. And then Kyogre was just shoved in for no reason, so yeah. But yeah, this movie was fun. I enjoyed it. Next we have the Jungle movie. This is the most recent Pokemon movie, and they haven't made one in 5 years, which really does shock me, actually. But, yeah, this one, I just, I don't know how to feel, because this was kind of the only movie where Ash wasn't really the main character. It's more about, what's his name? Coco, yeah. It's literally just Tarzan if it was Pokemon. Like, the Zarude, which is a monkey Pokemon, finds a baby in the jungle and raises it as its own. So, yeah. I will say, though, the villain was fantastic. Yeah, I think his plotline was wanting to destroy the jungle. I don't quite remember, but I remember enjoying him and his voice acting, so yeah. And then Coco just decides to go on a journey on his own, and the whole, like, his whole end is like, I'm a human and a Pokemon. No, you're not. I do like the variants of Zarude they showed, though, and I wish that was implemented in the games. Not just for Zarude, for all Pokemon, because not every animal looks the same, so why do all Pokemon look the same? Aside from a couple exceptions. Anyway, next we have Spell of the Unknown. This one, I had this one on DVD, but I lost the DVD, but I did watch it a lot, and I even back then thought it was kind of weird, because the plot is that this girl's lost both her parents, and the Unknown, which is, you know what the Unknown are, they're a Pokemon, grant her a wish, and then she wishes her dad was back as an Entei, that her castle was made of crystal, then she kidnaps Ash's mum, so to be her mum, and she thinks it's her mum for some reason, and then when Ash tries to take his mum back, she, like, has a mental breakdown, and then Entei tries to kill everyone, and then the Unknown get out of control, and then Charizard shows up, because of course he did. So yeah, this was one of the weirder ones for me, definitely. I don't really know how to feel about the plot, but I have memories of it, at least, I watched it quite a few times as a kid. After that, we have Jirachi Wishmaker. I also had this one on DVD, but I also lost it, but Jirachi is adorable. I love Jirachi so much. I have a Jirachi plushie. You saw it. But yeah, I really loved it. I like the way Groudon was used in this one because, like, usually the legendary is just shoved in the movie for, like, no reason. Sometimes they are plot relevant, like with Entei, but, or with Latias, but then sometimes you could change the movie a little without having the legendary in it, like with the Hoopa movie. But with Groudon, like, it was different because they were actually trying to make a Groudon using Jirachi's power. So it was a little different. I mean, I'll give them that. And Max's relationship with Jirachi was really cute as well. This was actually the first time I ever saw May and Max, so yeah. I wish I still had the DVD though. I might collect all the Pokemon movies on DVD. I have a few of them up there in the closet, but I need to find more of them. Alright, next is Detective Pikachu. So this is the first live action Pokemon movie, and it's good, but I just don't know about it. Like, I did enjoy it. I went to the cinemas to see it, and it was really fun, but like, I mean, Ryan Reynolds is kind of a controversial person at the moment, so yeah. And I don't really know if anyone's really talking about the movie anymore, to be honest. I'm really shocked that I never became, like, the highest grossing movie of all time, really. It didn't do that well in the box office, all things considered. It did fine, but not as well as it could have done. So that was quite shocking. And I do like Tim as a protagonist. He's fun. I am wondering where they're going to go with the sequel, though. That'll be interesting to see. And Mewtwo, I like the connection, how they connected it back to the first movie. That was cool. And I don't remember the girl. Is her name Lucy? She was completely pointless, and I don't understand why she was there. So, yeah. Anyway, now we're in A rank, and next is Giratina and the Sky Warrior. Okay, so, spoilers, but I ranked all the Diamond and Pearl movies very high because they're the ones I watched a lot as a kid because that's when I first got into Pokemon and Diamond and Pearl was airing, so they used to always air these movies, like, all the time. And the Giratina movie, it might be my least favorite of all the Diamond and Pearl movies, but it's still really good. We get to see the distortion world. Shaman is adorable. Like, it's so cool. And I love the fact that Pikachu just makes friends with Giratina, because Giratina is the Pokemon version of Satan, so, yeah. I really do like it a lot. But again, it's my least favorite of all the Diamond and Pearl movies, but it's still really good, all things considered. Okay, so this is a twist, right? Because next we have the Genesect movie. Where is that? Yeah, you are. So yeah, the Genesect movie. Oh my god. Who would have thought that a Pokemon movie would get ranked this highly? And I also realized that I forgot to rank the Kira movie, but so I'm just going to do that right now, actually, real quick. I'm going to put that one just at the top of C tier, because I've only watched it once, I don't quite remember it. So anyway, the Genesect movie. I like this movie. This is the best thing that ever came out of the black and white anime. And again, it's a movie that's actually canon to the anime, which we haven't had in so long, so thanks for that, Pokemon. The Genesects made an appearance in the show before the movie came out, so it was literally what they did with the Mewtwo movie originally, so that was really neat. But yeah, the Genesect aren't really evil, they just want to make a new home, because they were literally prehistoric Pokemon that have been brought back from the dead, and have been modified to adapt to the modern world, and that's really a scary thing. But yeah, and Shiny Genesect is awesome. What a lovely shade of red it is. But yeah, the youngest Genesect is so cute as well. How it just wants to go home when it becomes Ash's friend. But the Shiny Genesect, it doesn't trust any of them, and it literally kicks all the Pokemon out of Central Park to make its nest. Because this movie literally takes place in New York City, like literally. You can go back to it. You'll see it. It's literally New York City. I know Unova is based in New York, but this was just New York City, exactly what it is. It wasn't even like a Pokemon version. But yeah, I really enjoyed this movie. Oh yeah, and Mega Mewtwo was in it. This was the first time I ever saw Mega Mewtwo, and I don't like it. But anyway, next we have The Power of Us. I actually got this one DVD recently as well, so that was funny. I got it from a car boot sale of all places. This was the last Pokemon movie to actually come out on DVD, because after that, the others were on straight to streaming. That's a bit annoying. I guess Detective Pikachu, I also have that on DVD, but I guess that one doesn't really count because it's not animated. You know what I mean. So this one still takes place in the alternate timeline, but this one just is about a bunch of random people we've never met before. Ash is still there, but yeah. I don't actually quite remember what the plot is because it's been a while, but since I have it on DVD, I can watch it anytime. But I know that, like, there's an old woman that hates Pokemon, but then she gets friends with our Pokemon, and there's this girl that likes running or something, and she has an Eevee. And then there's, like, other characters I don't remember. But yeah, I remember liking the movie, and Lugia's part of it, because, you know, Power of Us, Power of One. Yeah, I see what you did there, Pokemon. Okay, next is Lucario and the Mystery of Mew. I need to watch this one again. This was the last movie that Veronica Taylor voiced Ash in before they replaced her. So this is the only time we ever get to hear Ash's original voice say Lucario, and this isn't really a hot take, but Ash should have got the Lucario here. Like, I don't understand why it took until journeys for Ash to get Lucario, because he's always had a connection with Lucario since this movie. Like, every Lucario he's met, he's had a connection with it, so I don't understand why it took them so long to give him one. But it's fine, he has one now. It was worth the wait, 100%. But yeah, he should have had this Lucario. This Lucario is from the past, and it had sand in its eyes, and then when it came back from the dead, the sand was still there, and it didn't know where it was. I don't remember why they had to find Mew, but, like, I do remember it was important, so yeah. And I remember this is when Ash became an Aura Guardian, so yeah. Because Lucario is connected to people's auras, which is why it should be a psychic type, but that's not for here. But anyway, moving on, we have Destiny Deoxys. I don't know why, I just really like this one. I also have this one on DVD. But yeah, I like this one a lot. I've watched it twice, if I remember correctly. Just because, like, it feels the most, like, end-of-the-worldy out of all of the Pokemon movies for me. And that's some stiff competition, because a lot of them are about the end of the world. But yeah, Deoxys takes over this city that is literally, like, uses technology for everything. Like, their pathways move themselves. But after that, they don't have power, and Deoxys starts kidnapping people. But it turns out it's just trying to find its friend, the second Deoxys. And it's really cute. And then there's the character whose name I don't remember, who's scared of Pokemon because he almost got killed by a herd of Celio, even because he was being stupid. And I've also just realized that I forgot to rank the other black and white movie, so I'm going to put that one here. Yeah, sorry. I literally just remembered that right there. I literally just forgot to write both of them down on my list, and I've just remembered. So yeah, I would have felt silly there. Anyway, moving on from that, we have Zoroark Master Evolution. I've only seen this one once as well, but I remember liking it, so yeah. This is the first time Zoroark has ever seen any anime, and it definitely made an impression. They really wanted Zoroark to be Generation 5's Lucario, and I guess it kind of worked. They also wanted Toxtricity to be Generation 8's Lucario, but that didn't work at all. It's a shame, though. But yeah, I really do love the Zoroark, and I love the Zoroark movie. The Shiny Legendary Beasts are there, which is cool, and Celebi's there too. I don't remember why. Why does Celebi have to be everywhere? God. They do overuse Celebi a lot. Like, you think they overuse Mew, but no, they overuse Celebi in the anime, in my opinion. Because it lived literally in 3 of these movies, which is more than most of the legendaries. That's more movies than Mew. So, yeah. But anyway, I do enjoy this movie a lot. And the Zora was really cute as well. Sometimes it pretends to be Ash. And technically, they did go to Unova in this movie. Just saying. Anyway, next is The Power of One. So I watched this literally the other day because Pokemon uploaded it on their channel for a limited time. And this used to be my favorite Pokemon movie because Lugia is my favorite legendary. But watching it again, it is so weird. But it's weird in a good way. Like, the weirdness is good, you know? Like Ash is just the chosen one for, like, no reason at all. And then, like, the villain's ship is so over-designed and over the top. And I'm like, what is this? What is happening right now? And, like, I don't really know what to think of it. Like, he's a collector, and he's trying to collect the legendary birds so that Lugia will arrive, and then he can catch Lugia. The villain has hardly any screen time, and he doesn't even leave an impression, and he only speaks to Ash and Co. once. And there's also this girl who has a boat that they just totally forget about. She's in the end credits scene, but still, like, they just forget that she's there. And then there's, what's her name? The sister who keeps making fun of Misty, saying that she's Ash's girlfriend. And this is the only movie that Tracy had a big role in, but we're thankful for that, because Tracy sucks. But yeah, this is one of the weirdest Pokemon movies, but I had to rank it highly for that reason. Alright, next is Arceus and the Jewel of Life. I have so much nostalgia for this movie. I really do. And I love Arceus. I love the Creation Trio. So yeah, this movie is kind of, in a way, the inspiration for Legends Arceus when you think about it. But yeah, I really love this movie. I love that the time travel aspect. I love that, like, they go back in time and save Arceus. I love that they almost disappear because they meddled too much with the events. Technically, they should have still disappeared, but yeah. But yeah, I really love this movie a lot. I don't really know what else to say. I mean, I guess the fact that one of the girls is called Sheena, and Brock is in love with her. And if you know me, you're probably connecting those dots. If you know, you know, that's all I'm saying. But anyway, Rise of Darkrai is next. Like, sorry, but this one's really cool. So, apparently Dialga and Palkia were never supposed to meet each other, which I find weird because they're literally the gods of the Pokemon world, so of course they met each other. That didn't make sense to me. But because of their space and time powers, reality is just collapsing. And, like, people are turning into Pokemon. There's just, like, spaces in between, like, everything. I really like this movie. This was the first Diamond and Pearl movie, and I have a lot of nostalgia for it, because, like I said. But yeah, it's not my favorite Pokemon movie, because, yeah, the original can't be topped here. Like, this is generally the best Pokemon movie. I don't care what anyone says. It is really good. Like, the messages in this movie are actually phenomenal, and this movie made me cry last time I watched it, because I have it very legally. I have it. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, it is just one of the best like movies ever. Like, I love it so much, and like Meowth and Mewtwo's like lines at the end, they give me chills every time I hear them. I almost cry every time Ash dies, but then that damn Dugong ruins the moment. Seriously, what were you thinking there? The songs they use in this movie are really good too, especially the song when like the clones are battling the original Pokemon. It's just all really good. And this is when Ash's Charizard is at its coolest, in my opinion, because if you look back, Ash's Charizard is not as cool as you think it is. I don't know. But yeah, this movie is really good. I like it. Well, that's my ranking of all the Pokemon movies. Sorry I kind of forgot to rank the Unova movies there. I don't know what happened there. I think because I didn't like them that much that I just forgot they existed. But yeah, let me know what your favorite Pokemon movie is in the comments down below. And please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!